if there's one thing we're saying over and over again is that you don't really have an excuse to not be doing something. Deadlines really help. Not having options really helps.
Yeah, the art of eliminating options was one thing that you said that really stuck out to me. Is like there's an art to eliminating your options and keeping the good ones.
It really is something that will make you get the job done. Make yourself. I do this other thing too, where I will force myself, either financially, like I paid for the Galacticon thing and all the drums because that was kind of my own. I had to make a label for that because I didn't know what I was going to do with these drums, but I had Gene play them because we weren't sure if Death Album 2 was going to happen. So we were in the stuck point. I had everybody there, and I thought, okay, you guys are all working for me. You're not working for Adult Swim now. You're working for me, and we're making this solo record because I don't know what to do because I feel bad that you guys probably refused other work to be here, but we didn't get they're being stupid. They're not giving us the things so we can start. So you're working for me, and I paid for, and I kind of took all these songs that I wanted to take, and I put myself, and I paid for all this stuff, and I put myself in a situation financially where I had to finish this record. I wasn't going to just spend this money and let it sit there. So that sometimes helps, putting yourself in a financial situation where you have to make your money back somehow so you can pay for your dog's food or whatever it is. Another thing is shooting your mouth off and saying you're going to finish something to your friends sometimes puts you in a position of seeing that you have to finish something. Yeah. Another thing is live. Like, I know that if I have, this is something I'll do with writing, with script writing or stand-up, to have X amount of minutes to go and do a show, to advertise a show that you're going to do, and no matter what happens, it may be like a rough draft of something, but you have to go up there and you have to do it on December 5th, no matter what. You have to go up there. You said you would. Mm-hmm. There's an advertisement. You go out there, and if another thing is, if you do go out and do stuff and show yourself, the more you do that and get out of your little stinky rooms where you're mixing other people's stuff, go out into the world and go and be where people are, the chances of you forwarding your career and meeting other people that you're going to work with in the future is going to be greater. And that goes, obviously comedy has to have an audience. So comedians have to go out and see people, and they have to, they have to find out if their stuff's funny. They have to find out if their stuff works. Same thing works with open mics and songs. You have to have enough songs. Record your stuff, but go out with an acoustic. And if you suck, who cares? It doesn't matter. You know what? And I was telling you this earlier. If you want to do stand-up, if you want to do any comedy, you're worried about your tone, your style. Is it a one-liner? Is this a knock-knock joke? Is this a long story? It doesn't. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. It's a good thing. Nobody cares about you, and you can also not care and just go screw it. You just have a lot of courage. Just have the courage, but realize it's not even that big a courage to go up there and do that. Just go and do it, and then be honest with yourself afterwards. That's another important thing. Is this good? Where did I fall short? How can I fix it next time? All that stuff. In music, in comedy, in script writing, and all that stuff. If you can be your own director, and that's kind of what makes Ulrich and I work, is that, again, no one's telling me, hey, I think that section's too long. I have to hear it myself. I have to be honest with myself. And if you can be your own kind of director and your own editor and your own executive producer and your own lead actor, then you can probably do anything. I don't see what you can't do, You really can do all that stuff. And like, obviously, I don't know how to work everything in Logic, but I know what Ulrich is doing, so I have to do my job enough to know what the parameters of what he can do are, so if I can talk to him on a level that makes a lot of sense to him and to me. So if you're a writer, if you're a TV writer, learn how to edit. If you're an editor, learn how to write, learn story structure. If you're an actor, learn how to film yourself and edit yourself. If you're a comedian, learn how to film yourself, edit yourself, learn how to write the music for your thing. There's no reason. They're all the same thing. They're just different kinds of tools. It's all the same thing, and you still have to have this bird's eye view of the whole thing, if you can. So that's what if you can take anything away from that Be your own director, be your own guy, be your own motivator, be your own deadline person if you can. Luckily, we have these imposed deadlines where we're screwed. We'll get sued if we don't finish this stuff. But I have a lot of stuff that I do that has nothing to do with any of this stuff, that involves getting out there, finishing, writing, doing stuff that, I mean, look at this. We're on Earth for, you may as well be creative and do something cool. And do something cool you haven't seen. Why not?
Do something fun,
You're alive.
And this is making music,
Yeah.
This is not flying a plane where people die when you make a mistake. You know what I mean? It's a wrong note and people look at you funny maybe.
Yeah.
But I guess one thing to take, or a couple of things to take away, is that what we covered here is not the be-all, end-all of all recording. This isn't like you have to do it this way or your record's going to suck.
Right.
This is one way to do it, and this works for us, and hopefully it helps you guys to come up with your own way of doing things, and maybe you've learned some stuff. But the overall thing from my point of music recording and producing is you have to come to a place where you trust yourself and you trust your ears, and to let yourself be comfortable in allowing yourself to make those decisions. There's I like it or I don't like it, so I'm going to do something about it. You know what I mean? And it goes back to decision making again. As our business has changed so drastically, I think I'd say definitely take your business classes and your marketing classes and your promotional classes or whatever. There's a lot of self-promotion and marketing involved in what we're doing. You as a producer or a musician or a comedian or whoever, you are a business. And you're not a business if you're not getting paid, then it's a hobby. But if you're a business, you have to be able to sell your service or sell your product or whatever in a way that is not off-putting, unless of course off-putting is your brand. You know what I mean? So that is that plays into that. So the whole thing has really changed, and marketing and promotion is a huge part of what's necessary to be successful. Mm-hmm. Because if you can make the best record and not play it for anybody, and I'm sure you're happy having made the best record in the whole world. Sure. But who's gonna make a tribute?
Mm-hmm. I'll say one other thing just about working with Ulrich is it's an important thing. And if you are going to log a lot of hours with a person, and it's the same thing with the band that I work with, and the people that you surround yourself with, be someone that's not miserable to be around is a good idea, because no one wants to work with a scowling egomaniac jerk who's angry. And then if you're lucky enough, choose people that have a sense of humor, have a little bit of levity. It's not everything serious. And I haven't seen Ulrich get upset once. He's very calm, he's very collected, he's got a sense of humor, and that's why I keep coming back to Ulrich, and I also like working with him, and we have a shorthand. Same with guys like Mike Keneally, Brian Beller, and I keep saying these guys, Gene Hoglan, they all have senses of humor. When stuff gets rough, they find the humor, and it's okay, everything's gonna be fine in this world. Again, we're not at war. We're making music. We're doing stuff to hopefully make other people smile a little bit and enjoy something. So be someone that you would want to work with, and work with people. Choose them on their personality too. It's really important to have a sense of humor about stuff, and to not be a jerk.
It takes a lot to put these courses on. We have a lot of people behind the scenes, a lot of relationships with different companies that we get a lot of support from. So I want to say thank you to a couple of these people and companies. First of all, TuneTrack for their support of this course, and also thank you to Sound Toys, Audio Damage, Isotope, SIR, Avast, the Owl Parliament for some gear. Huge thank you to Gibson for the awesome guitars that they've been letting us use, that Brendan wants to take home with him. Yes. And thanks to the Creative Live audience, both in the studio and at home. Thank you for tuning in, watching, participating, asking questions. We love that you guys get to learn right alongside us here in the studio. In addition to that, we have an amazing crew here at Creative Live. Behind the scenes, there's a whole bunch of people here working really hard that are really talented to make all this come together so that you can see and hear everything that you need to see and hear to really learn well. And last but not least, you two guys, Ulrich, Wild, for all your knowledge, just bringing all your secrets into our studio and just sharing them so freely. We really appreciate that, just your process. And Brendan Small, last but not least, the man with the camo hat on the couch. Just keeping it classy in here. Thanks so much for flying up and sharing this time with us. It's been really, really cool.
And how about
have
thanks
you guys
to Drew
here.
over here for hosting.
Hey.
And for saying Ulrich's name right the final
I did,
segment.
the final time. I've been practicing.
that?
Every time we go on break, I practice for 50
Yeah, he goes in the bathroom and just...
I say it. Yeah, it's awesome.